Hi, my name is Rachel with Twist Your Stitch. This is not your grandma's knitting class. Today we're going to talk about casting off and how to weave in your ends. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, we're to the part where we need to finish our project. We need to bind off or cast off, as it is commonly called in patterns. So what we're going to do to start is our end stitch. We're going to knit one, knit two, and then this end stitch is going to come up and over our top stitch. Up and over. Whoops. That end stitch is kind of tricky. The next one should be easier. So we're going to knit one. My end stitch comes up and over my top stitch. Did you see that there? Let's do a couple more. Knit one. This bottom stitch is going to come up and over this top stitch. So up and over the top. So I'm back down to one. Do you see how it's starting to bind off? I'm getting an edge like I have down here. This is my bind off edge or my cast off edge. Knit one, up and over the other one. Now you don't want to bind off too tightly. You want to bind off a little loose, otherwise your edge will actually curl up. We want it nice and loose. Let's keep going here. Up and over. So I'm always back down to one stitch on my right needle. Knit one, bind off. Knit one, and bind off. Up and over. I'm going to finish the end of this row and then we'll take a look at what it looks like. I've reached the last stitch of my bind off and I want to show you how we're going to finish off this row when we're casting off. So I'm going to go through this stitch, knit it, bring it off. And I don't need this needle after I lift it up and over anymore. So I'm just going to be left with one stitch on my right needle, right there. Don't need that needle anymore. Here's my last loop, is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and make the loop big so I don't lose it. I'm going to leave a tail to weave in later. And I'm going to cut the yarn. And then this loop comes through my big loop here, and that is my bind off edge or my cast off. I would go ahead and take a tapestry needle like this one, thread it through, and then weave my ends in on the back side of my knitting so the ends are all hidden, and I am done.